What's going on, guys? This is Fast Eric here for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show, the social distancing solo spectacular. Little bit of chaos going on amidst the world, and as you can see, I am joined all by myself here in the Everett 328 production studios for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show. Not honestly a whole lot going on in the motocross world as of recently, but there is quite a bit of stuff to unveil as the COVID-19 crisis is continuing to play havoc for the motocross world, not only here in Ohio, but across the country. Wrapping up, clicking some buttons here all by myself, just making sure I get everything all good to go and everything sounding good. But yeah, the COVID-19 crisis again is striking the country, and getting a little bit loud here. Kevin Ott, Grip It Rip It, is not joining us in the studio this week. It was a mutual decision between him and I to follow the government, what the government is telling us, and just staying home and not going out. Social distancing is what it's all about right now. Not going out to the racetracks, not going out into the stores, not going out to work if you don't have to. Social distancing, getting yourself away from as many other people to stop the spread of COVID-19 is kind of the name of the game right now. And that again is why Grip It Rip It is not here with me this evening. I had a phone call with him about noon today. I was on my lunch break. It was actually about 1 o'clock today. We were just going over some things because, he's got a pregnant girlfriend at home, and he's trying to keep everything nice and healthy. So he doesn't want to bring any unnecessary havoc into the household, and I totally get that. And we've got two little girls here, and I don't want to, bring anything chaotic here into the household that is unnecessary. So I definitely get that. So Moto number 10 brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders Facebook group. Make sure you guys go on to there, give the show subscribe, give us a like, drop us a comment. I'm watching the Facebook live comments as we're going on. Jared Meister, cough cough, you have not yet got me on the thing we usually talk about. I'm keeping tabs on that. Yeah, I see you, Meister. Finally something positive to watch. Thanks, Steve. Grip It, not here with us this weekend, but again, make sure you guys drop us a like, drop us a comment to keep in touch with the MotOHIO world. Also, huge shout out Sierra Yoho and A&Y Performance helping us out for the foreseeable future. I got Grip It's bike down there, getting some wrenching done to it to get it all freshened up whenever the outdoor season does commence. There is a ton of things going on now that we have, officially heard some words. Malvern Motocross, the season opener for the 2020 season, scheduled for this coming Sunday, has officially canceled. So that is a big bummer because everybody was looking forward to going and riding outdoors, especially at the place we all love to go and race. And I was looking forward to going out there and twisting the grips myself as well. But, huge bummer, and I got to give props to Bobby for honestly doing the right thing. Following what everybody is telling us to do, making the decision, and sticking to it. Whatever flack anybody may get for shutting down, I follow the decisions of the promoters. So I do want to clarify a little bit about what I was talking about last week on the show. I mentioned some, legal trespassing stuff. I do want to clarify that. I don't want anybody going out there on anybody else's property that is uninvited and riding your two-wheeled machines. So I do want to clarify that entirely. We do not promote illegal activities here on the MotOHIO show, and it was just a little bit of bad wording probably on my part. I didn't hear anything for it, but I fretted over it for the entire past week. Hearing what I said didn't come out necessarily the way that I wanted it to. What I was basically getting at is racetrack owners, they own the facilities, they lease the facilities, they rent the facilities, whatever. They may or may not let a couple buddies come and ride. That's about all I was getting at. I don't want to have you guys going and pushing these racetracks to be like, hey, I want to go ride, because it's probably not going to happen. So the best I can tell you guys to do is, if you have a big yard, get out there and have some fun. If you have some trails at your house, get out there and have some fun. This is the best opportunity to get out there on your own and do a little bit of personal cross training. We do not promote, doing things that are against the law. And one thing right now going against the law is going out and visiting your friends. And another reason why Kevin doesn't want to join us here, not that he doesn't want to join us, he wants to be here. Kevin does want to be here with us in the studio. It's just that we're trying to set an example for Ohio motocross. Social distancing is what it's all about, and the distance you can get between your peers is the best right now. We don't want to have a peak in the attendance of the medical centers. That's what it's really all about, is flattening the curve. You may hear the government going on about it, or hear the governor going on about it and his medical advisors. But I definitely get that. You don't want to overburden the medical system, because it is set for X number of people to come in and come out of the hospital system. So if you were to have a big influx in patients going to the emergency room in a hurry, that is not only, getting really chaotic and overburdening the medical system, but even if you do not have COVID-19, you are even greatening your exposure to it, because everybody in the hospitals are getting treated for that virus. So if you don't have it, don't go to the hospitals. If you do have it, I promote you do going to the hospital, but don't overburden the medical system, because that is what we're trying to avoid right now, which may in turn lengthen out the time we're not going to be at a racetrack, which frankly really sucks. We all want to go out there and we want to ride, but we want to do things the proper way, and Kevin and I want to continue to promote that. And we did have Mario Testa plan to come in here, a local rider from Northeast Ohio. Boy, does he have one hell of a story to tell. He's had a lot of problems in the recent past, and he was going to tell his story here for everybody to hear, and I'm not going to tell it for him. I don't want to give any insight about anything about it, so I'm leaving the hot seat open. We have a new hot seat here in the Everett 328 Production Studios, courtesy of Dan Bible. Thank you for hooking it up and providing the Alpine Stars bench that we are going to be having signed by all of our guests that join us here in the studio. The MotOHIO Show hot seat, brought to you by Dan Bible. Thank you, sir. Also want to give a huge shout out to my best friend, Matt Cody. He has hooked me up with a desktop unit. So I did have a little bit of technical difficulty getting the show going, because this is the first time I've went live on the new system. I have I have two computer screens and a 42-inch TV screen inside the Everett 328 Production Studios, and it's all hooked up and it's running awesomely. And I'm checking out the show right now up on the live screen, and wow, the quality is better than we've ever had running on my laptop. So thank you, Matt, for hooking it up and donating your TV computer for use here in the studio. I'm just going to take a quick second and read some of these comments. Just my wife and Meister going back and forth. Anyone close to Meister's house, he needs some light. Hey, McQueen, I know that things may be going on where you may not be working. Shout out Travis McQueen, one of the original hosts here at the MotOHIO show. The hot seat's always back open for you, man, to come back here and join us in the show. Yes, I get that. Practicing social distancing, rain check, absolutely. Exactly what we're planning on doing with Mario. First time, or as soon as we're able to get people back here in the studio, got Mario, got a couple of people lined up, but Travis, love to have you back in. Yeah, didn't even think about that, Travis. I just kind of contradicted myself big time there, so mistake on my part. So I'm going to get away from reading the comments for a second, because I can just go engulfed in doing that. But yeah, back to local races. Malvern this weekend is canceled. As for anything else in the future, I have not heard in the OMA schedule. I got my schedule posted a little bit over here. Looking into April, we are looking at Chillytown having a qualifier down there at Chillytown. Scott Plessinger promoting Chillytown this year. I think that I heard that Scott is not going to be having the qualifier down there. That's going to be the first weekend of April, and I have not heard any official word from MX Sports, but I have heard a couple of rumors here and there, and I'm not going to be the one to keep spreading rumors, so I'm not going to say anything that I have heard that potentially may be in store for the MX Sports and Loretta Lynn's. But my personal speculation, last week in the studio was maybe we'll see many of those being the amateur national championships for 2020. But then I got to thinking, man, that's really far southeast in the country. That's kind of, not very practical for the people in the northwest portion of the country to join us. So, what about a race at Freestone in Texas or Mammoth Mountain in Alabama, I believe? And, that's still kind of, southeast. But then, light went off. Ponca City. What do you guys think about that for being the 2020 Amateur National Championships for this year? Bringing back the old school motocross. Ponca City, I have never been there. Racetrack in Oklahoma, you can't get any more centrally located in the country. They typically have their Minios race in October, I believe. So the light went off. What better place to have an amateur national championship? Again, this is all just me speculating, sitting here and, just going over stuff that may or may not happen in the next year. Ponca City, we have not seen, an amateur national championship, at Ponca. So in quite some time, they've kind of been the I don't want to say the stepchild or anything like that, but they've been, a national championship race across the country, but it wasn't quite the caliber of Loretta's. But now that the COVID-19 crisis is kind of eliminating all the qualifiers, you're looking at people going to regionals, and we've got the people going to regionals that are going to go to qualifiers, and you're just tripling your quantity of people at a minimal amount of tracks, and that's kind of boggling for me. So it wasn't, for me personally, that speculation wasn't, a good idea. So that kind of washes Loretta's, and Loretta's is kind of a national thing. So you don't want to have a qualifier, or do you want to have a qualifier at Loretta's? Because that's going to be the place where everybody's going to want to go that has never raced Loretta's before to try to qualify for the amateur national championships that could be at Ponca. I mean, and this is all just me speculating here, sitting here in the Everett 328 Production Studios on March 24th, 2020 for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show, the Social Distancing Solo Spectacular. Let's see what here. Yeah, Monster Mountain is in Alabama. Ponca has nothing on Mammoth Mountain. Meister, you're probably right, but for the person that's never been there, I'd be all for going to Ponca for an amateur national championship. So that's just my personal speculation. You could have a race, in October, maybe November, still have qualifiers for it in time through the summer. You can have some regionals for it in the early fall and still have perfect preparation for it in the later portion of the year. And that way you still have an amateur national championship for 2020. That way you still have riders getting that classification for the year that is ever so important for their race resumes. Because these riders get these race resumes and they send them out to all of these companies to try to get sponsorships. MotOHIO show. We're trying to get sponsorships. And if you have that on your resume as an amateur national championship in any given class, that's huge. Or even a top finisher in that class, that's huge. So in my opinion, you can't not have an amateur national championship. You just kind of have to prepare for it accordingly. And I believe MX Sports does it properly with a qualifier, a regional, and the championship race. So I don't personally think that you can take away from that. You have to keep that structure to keep the riders at a given number at each of the levels to not have an overburden on the system. That's just my personal opinion. Again, I haven't heard anything, going one way or the other. I just heard a couple of rumors. And I'm just giving my personal speculation out there. I'm not spreading the rumors that I have heard. I am just giving my personal opinion on what could be possible for 2020. Because at this point in time, sitting here at the end of March, we've already got some qualifiers that have ran out there on the West Coast. You can't wash what those riders have worked for. You have to take that into some classification. You have to take that into some consideration whenever it comes to your amateur national championship for the year. So that's my opinion. You have to take into consideration what riders have already put forth the effort and take into consideration what we have to do in the future to still have a structured event. Just checking out here. Travis, I think that they have Loretta's, they will possibly have 3 moto format at a regional location. one moto for each class. Separate. I don't disagree with that. That is a great idea, but given that, you're still going to have the riders coming from potentially 3 area qualifiers or 4 area qualifiers to 1 regional for the amateur classes and the youth classes. So you're going to have potentially 40-man gates times 3 or times 4 of areas coming in. There's no way that you can get this done in a 2-day weekend. This is going to be a week-long area qualifier regional process. And I personally don't think that that is doable, even after the COVID-19 crisis, to still squeeze it in by the time in Loretta's. Given that you have an area qualifier / regional in each of the regions 1 week at a time leading up to Loretta's, I still think that is too much, one, to get the racing all done. And if riders are trying to go from multiple different regions, that's a lot of travel for mom and dad or sponsors or whomever is getting these riders to the tracks. So that's my personal opinion, is you can't have... I see your example, Travis, but you're still going to have 40 times 4 riders coming to these regions for the first motos, which it may take 2 days to run through a set of first motos. It's going to be crazy, and you can't, in my opinion, you can't have a Sunday and a Monday just running first and second motos, Tuesday, Wednesday, Moto 2 and Moto 3, and Thursday, Friday for Motos 3s. I just don't see it being doable. I mean, it's 3-day format, 4-lap motos. Wow. That's a lot of stuff to push through. And not only that, you're going to have to worry about parking at a lot of these facilities. A lot of these facilities were jam-packed for qualifiers. Even if they are holding a record attendance at, or even if it's I just can't see the traffic being possible even for the first day. Even for the first 2 days, I just don't see the traffic being, for 3 days, for all those people being in there, I just don't see the traffic fitting at a lot of the facilities. So that's my opinion, is not that the racing itself isn't doable to get the racing itself is doable to get the riders around the track, 3-day format, 4-lap motos, no problem. You can probably get all the racing done in that time frame. It's going to be daylight in the morning to daylight at night, non-stop racing. There's going to be minimal track prep. It's going to be dusty conditions. It's going to be all of that. But then, even if the racing is doable, you have to worry about parking these people. And then you have to worry about parking these people. And what about, God forbid, the weather opens up and then the chaos ensues and these people are stuck? So that's my opinion. And I'm letting the comments go. Put a limit on pit space area, yeah, even so. But what if you have 1,200 people or 1,500 people or 2,000 riders coming to these area qualifiers and regionals? You can't fit 2,000 spectators, let alone 2,000 riders. And then you have all these riders, you have parents, you have mechanics, you have all of this stuff that goes along. Yes, you may have limited pit space, but you're going to have people that want to come in and watch the race, so you're not going to have any spectators. It's just a lot of stuff that I just don't see that it's doable. And again, my personal speculations, but we'll see what MX Sports does, and I'm probably going to be entirely wrong. I guarantee that I'm going to be wrong, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And I'm going to be at one of these races on the microphone, and it's going to be some chaos. It's going to be what it is. So we can only see as the weeks continue to unfold. Malvern has canceled. The qualifiers through March have canceled, which is basically just this weekend. I believe I have heard that Chilitown's qualifier has canceled because as of midnight last night, we're in a statewide 2-week lockdown. So as of then, 23rd to the following weekend, that's gonna nix out the Chilitown qualifier. So as of right now, I do believe that, we're kind of, put on hold for local Ohio motocross through the first week of April. I was speculating, in the last show, we're going to see racing commence in early June. So Yeah, agreed, Travis. It's going to be chaos. And, you're going to be in a race. I know you are, Travis. You're going to be turning the clickers and setting a sag coming through that SRS suspension rig. So you're going to be there no matter what. I'm going to be at some place no matter what. And we're going to do what we're going to have to do to overcome. Exactly, Travis. And I'm treating you as you're right here in the hot seat with me, just like old times, man. I'm kind of doing the best I can, reading what you're posting and elaborating on it in here. It's going to be what it is. You're going to make the best of it. I'm going to make the best of it. It's going to be what it is. And I know come race time, come gate drop, Moto number 1, there's going to be a smile on my face, whether one way or the other. So we'll see. Only time will tell. That's all I can say. Also, amid the COVID-19 crisis, Ram Jam for this weekend, a big pit bike race that we had scheduled, has canceled. So we have also seen that the remainder of the Supercross races has been postponed. And as of right now, I have heard pretty solid rumors that the Supercross series will continue after the Motocross series has concluded. To squeeze it in there with the remaining few weekends. That's one rumor I guess I will say. But what if you can't get these arenas to open back up because of a baseball game or a football game? That kind of cancels out you having a Supercross race on a given weekend. So a lot of things are going to have to go right for the Supercross series to end without it ending as it currently sits, which we all want to watch more racing. So that's a big bummer. So it's going to be what it is. As of right now, the Nationals are kind of We've already seen Hangtown, the season opener for the National Series, cancel. Or not necessarily cancel, but postpone their race. So the Hangtown Classic is now on hold. So motocross in the world's kind of coming unraveled, and we are just along for the ride at this point in time. So it's a lot of chaos, to say the least. This week's show brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders and ANY Performance, helping us out for the next few weeks. Glad to be on board, or glad Sierra's on board, helping us out. Got Grip It, Rip It's Bike down there. We've got quite a few things that have also happened here recently. In the recent past, we have just had the OMPR most clapped out pit bike giveaway or pit bike contest. And I was a nominee, as well as Jesse Bain and Shad Olson were the top 3 nominees for the most clapped out pit bike. I have had the TTR 90 that I nominated since it was brand new, like in early 2000s. I have rode that thing, rode it, put a new top end in it, and rode it some more. And it sat in the barn for quite some time, and it still runs. It doesn't run well, but it'll still run. So I took a picture of it, took a glory shot with the Cozy Coupe in the background, and nominated that. And Jesse Bain, I believe he had the 3-stroke KLX 110, and I don't necessarily believe what Shad Olson's one. I believe his was an SSR that was just dirty. It was just dirty. And we were the top 3 nominees in that most clapped out pit bike contest. And Sean Lowe, the pit bike doctor, put all 3 names in a hat, drew one out, and I just so happened to win that contest, and the winner of the most clapped out pit bike got themselves $56 in FlowVision merchandise. And I'm hooked up with the OMPR for the 2020 season. Just check out this 2020 Pitster Pro FSE 110R, courtesy of the folks at the OMPR. I'll be racing this thing as much as I can. I'm currently doing a race service on it right now, getting all the bearings greased up nice and fresh, getting everything dialed in before I go out there and abuse it. So definitely give these guys a call. But yeah, I'm hooked up with the folks at OMPR for this year, so I was donating $56 in FlowVision merchandise. I got an example of the Slater goggles here on display during Moto number 10 of the show, and it wasn't rigged. Sean pulled a name out of the hat. It happened to be mine, and just doing the right thing, I just passed the winnings right down the line. And the next name that got pulled out of the hat, I do believe, was Jesse Bain. And Jesse, coming out of Colorado, representing pit bikes, member of the OMPR, he won himself the FlowVision merchandise. So just waiting for him to pick out what he wants and get a hold of me, and we'll get that shipped out. So once again, congratulations to Jesse Bain. That's all I can say. It's just, wow. What's going on with the world? We all want to go ride our dirt bikes, but there's just no tracks because we want to follow the rules. Nice, Meister. You gotta get this fixed, and good luck finding a shop that's open, AS, to get yourself a new set of fork seals. Or you might have a buddy that's just a suspension technician, Travis, to get your fork seals serviced, Meister, so you can get back out there and go ride. So no excuses, Meister. I bought premix at the shop. I got my filters clean. All I got to do is get some race gas. There's no excuses for going riding. But yeah, I do want to take a quick second. Let me roll down here to the other end of the table. Grab this fancy piece of paper right here. This week's show brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders. They are trying to give away a pit bike by July 4th. They are trying to reach 10,000 members. So Sean Lowe, Dustin Silvis, and the whole crew at the OMPR, the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders Facebook group, is trying to get 10,000 members. So share the OMPR with your friends. If you are already a member, share it. If you want to be a member, find a buddy that is and get yourself in that group. So they're trying to get 10,000 members by July 4th to give away a brand new pit bike. A brand new pit bike. All you have to do is just be a member of the OMPR, and they have to get 10,000 members. And as of recently, I do not know what the current number of members is, but I do believe the last time I checked it out, it was like 5,900 or 6,000 members and growing. So not that far. We are not that far from giving away a brand new pit bike from the folks at OMPR and the Pit Bike Doctor. Also, Sean Lowe, the Pit Bike Doctor, has everything you need to build an excellent pit bike track at your own house. Again, we're trying to practice social distancing, so the best I can do, or best I can say, is get a hold of Sean and try to schedule a time after the lockdown has ended. He has a dozer, he has a skid steer, he has a mini excavator, he has a dump truck, he has the whole works that you may need to build yourself a pit bike track on your property. So get a hold of Sean Lowe, the Pit Bike Doctor, on Facebook. Get a hold of him some way. Get a hold of get a hold of Dustin Silvis, and he can get you in touch with Sean and get yourself a pit bike track made, courtesy of the folks at OMPR. Also, want to give a huge shout out, Sierra Yoho and AOI Performance, hooking us up for the 2020 season the next few weeks, representing the AOI Performance brand. They are still doing their preseason prep. It is March 24th, 2020. What a better time to get your steed race ready than right now. $300 race season prep. This includes a full teardown to the frame, all pivot points greased and cleaned, your oil filter cleaned and or changed, your air filter cleaned and changed, your full bike inspected, and if your bike does need new parts, they will install those new parts. Of course, you have to buy your new parts, but the AY Performance crew will do a full race prep, $300. That is a lot of work. She will take that thing all the way down to the frame, everything disassembled, your motor, your top end will be disassembled. If you run a 4-stroke, your valves will be checked. Everything will be spec'd before it is assembled and deemed race ready. Get a hold of Sierra, the folks at AOI Performance, and have your bike race prepped. Only $300. That is a killer deal. That is a killer deal. I mean, nobody wants to grease their own bearings. Nobody wants to pack their own bearings. It is a pain. Even if your bearings are still good, you can repack those things, and nobody wants to press those things out and press them back in. Sierra does. $300 race season prep. Get a hold of her, AOI Performance, down just outside of St. Clairsville, from Canton. It was about an hour and 20 minutes to drive down there. It wasn't bad. So definitely get a hold of Sierra. I'm just gonna do a quick second, so just hold chilly. I'm gonna read some of these comments so I can stay up to date with what's going on. Checking out the Facebook Live feed up here on the 42-inch big screen. Got a bunch of stuff going on. Thank you. Thank you guys for all joining in. Just reading some of these comments. So thank you guys once again for posting here inside from Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show. Contracts are up at the end of the outdoors, so it's tough to finish Supercross out after that. I agree, Travis. Not only, that is the thing, and then you got to worry about these arenas trying to have conflicting events. So OEMs throw a fit. That's gonna get crazy. New giveaway going to be powder coating job on a pit bike frame. Also show is not on OMPR. Oh, wow. I thought I shared that. My mistake, Sean. I will have to get on and share that as soon as I get on. I knew I forgot to do something before I got on the show, so I will get this posted on the OMPR as soon as I get off the phone, or as soon as I get off the air here. That way it is, let's just take 2 seconds and give me just a hot take, and I will have this posted everywhere it needs to be posted, because that's entirely my mistake. I meant to share it everywhere, so I just kind of got right in here and got right on the horn, so that was my bad. All right, Sean. Hopefully, now it should be on the OMPR page. My mistake. Just before I got on the air, I wheeled this the Pitster Pro FSC 110R, and I sat down, and we went on. So, my mistake. I got it up on live like at 6:32, and I forgot to share it. So, I apologize, Sean. It should be out there on the OMPR page as we speak right now. So let me continue to see what's going on. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that could go on speculating with the end of the Supercross series. So I don't know. We just don't know. That's all I can say. But the next couple of weeks will only tell. So It kind of is a big bummer. We are practicing the social distancing, as this is the social distancing solo spectacular here for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show. Kevin Grip It Rip It is practicing social distancing, staying home with Ashley and Cam, and Mario Testa, our planned special guest. He was planning on coming in, but we made an executive decision here in the studio to just say, let's keep this proper, and let's set a good example for Ohio motocross, and just kind of hang out, Mario. I don't really have a whole lot else, going on, except for this is just a big bummer in Ohio motocross. We've made some speculations, we made a couple of, opinions, and brought those to light here for Moto number 10 of the show. I'm working on a couple of things. I'm working on getting some phone calls. So hopefully next week for Moto number 11 of the show, we can not only have your comments on Facebook Live, but we can also have potentially a couple of guys calling in. And not only that, if we are going to be practicing the social distancing for the foreseeable future, I can take this screen right here, I can split it right down the middle, I can be over here or over here, and I can have like a live Skype or a live conversation with a special guest while we are doing the MotOHIO show. So there are quite a few things that are in the works for the near future, especially if the social distancing continues to go on. So I'm sitting here solo for Moto number 10 of the show. I do have my wife in the other room. She is making some comments in the show. Pit bike giveaway. The powder coating job on a pit bike frame, a solid color. So this has a black frame. This thing would look sharp in a red frame. So if you guys have a pit bike, KLX 110, TTR 90, CRF 70, XR machine, CRF 50 machine, whatever you guys have, they're giving away a powder coating job on the OMPR page. So just go on there and get some more information. I don't have their page up right now, so I will get some more information on that and have that posted on the MotOHIO show's page very, very soon. Two-stroke smoke kills Corona. You reckon? We've been seeing that on social media. I haven't had any ill effects right now, and I eat, sleep, breathe two-stroke smoke. Going to Summit does not faze me. I can take 2 days straight of Summit all day inside the whole time, and it doesn't faze me. So, two-stroke smoke, maybe it does. Keeping motocross great again. Thanks, Jack, for joining in for Moto number 10. Yes, we are, Travis. We're going to get through this. This is not the end. This is only a speed bump for the 2020 season. We're going to be back in action. The best thing I can tell you guys, keep having fun on two wheels. Keep doing it the safe way. I may have had some ill wording last show. I may have said, legal trespassing, but that's just some ill wording. My mistake on saying those words. What I'm basically saying is if somebody has a facility, they may have a couple of buddies ride. But we want to do practice the social distancing. We want to, continue to enforce the social distancing. We want to keep people away from other people as much as possible. The 6 feet rule, that is, that's big. So make sure you guys have your proper PPE on. Gloves are recommended. Masks are not only good for keeping other people's germs away from you, but it's keeping your germs away from everybody else. So masks are always recommended if you guys are going out in public right now. Just do your part. We want to get through this. We're going to get through this. It's a speed bump on the road, so keep working. That's all I can say. Keep working not only at home, but keep working on two wheels. Just because you can't ride at a racetrack doesn't mean you can't ride in a turn track in the field. A turn track's fun. That's so much fun. Especially if you set up a couple of barrels and a couple of cones and you have your S-turn set up and you may have a little hill where you can have a little berm bank turn on a hill. Oh, wow. That's just going to be so much fun. So even if you can't get out there with your buddies and have fun on two wheels, banging bars with them, get out there on two wheels yourself and continue to have some fun. As soon as I get this race service done on the FSC 110 right here, I'm going to be spinning some laps and doing some tuning on the suspension and seeing what's going to be good for it for the season. So let's all make MX great again. Sean, agreed. Let's do this. This is only a speed bump in the road. We can only move further from here. So I do want to thank everybody once again for joining us for motor number 10 of the show. What's up, wife?
Sean just said that it's not broadcasting on LMPR.
You're a couple minutes behind. I've already addressed that situation.
I was on the phone.
I've already addressed that, taken care of it. It's posted on there. That's been
I was on the phone. I just saw the text.
yeah,
Sorry,
that's 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, taken care of.
I was on the phone with work mom.
Anything else going on that I need to know of?
Trying not to.
I think the quality's great. What do you guys think? Just real quick, I do want a quick review why you guys are joining us here. I got 24 people watching us. I did do a little upgrade. My buddy Matt Cody hooked us up with a desktop system in here for the Ever 328 Production Studios. We have a higher strength internet connection, so I have a better equipment and we have better internet. So I want to know if the yeah, she is way late, Sean.
I'm sorry. Hey, did you tell them about what Dan Bible did?
Yes, I did. That was early in the show.
I'm sorry.
I want to know what you guys think about the quality of the show. Do you guys think that the video streaming is any better, any worse? I think it looks way better. So, just curious. Make sure you guys give us a like, drop us a comment, subscribe to the MotOHIO show, subscribe to Ever 328 Productions, ask to be a member of the OMPR Facebook page, join the Grip It Media YouTube channel. After I get these posted here on the Facebook page, I do a little bit of editing here and there and toss those up on YouTube, up on Grip It Media. So if you missed the show here and you're not so keen on Facebook, you're not out of it. I post the shows on Spotify, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere it is available. So not only that, YouTube available as well. So place in Indiana is open. Said the state's outdoor recreational facilities are open. So okay, outdoor recreational facilities are open. I guess we can go out there and have some fun outside. So maintain 6 feet. Kester, we'll get you in here. Social distancing. We're practicing the social distancing. People are texting in, so I'll get the phone off the table. So all right. Thank you everybody for doing your part and sharing the word of the MotOHIO show. I'm gonna get out there and do some fun on some two wheels, whether it's at a track, my buddy's house, the farm, who knows? Let's have some fun. So anybody else got anything they want to say? Anything anybody wants to chime in?
Send wine.
What's that?
Send wine.
Send wine. Moms are stuck at home for the next 2 weeks watching the kids. Send wine, she says. So thank you everybody for joining us for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show, the social distancing solo spectacular. Make sure you drop us a comment, repost the show, share it, do what you can do to help grow the show. We are still seeking sponsors and we are still seeking partners to hook up with the show and spread the word and spread some product placement. Anything else? What's going on? I have to get your opinion on that, Ryan. So, AES best KTM dealership in the world. I am the new parts manager down there at Action Extreme Sports. So, if you guys do need some motocross parts, whether it's for your KTM, your Husqvarna, Yamaha, Honda, Cowie, Suzuki, whatever you guys ride, come to Action Extreme Sports in New Philadelphia. Get yourself some parts. I'll be behind the counter Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. Monday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 5 on Tuesdays, so I get back here and do the show. And Wednesdays we're open till 4. Come in on Saturdays, Action Extreme Sports. Down in New Philly if you guys need some parts. So that's about all I've got. Just reading some comments here. Went to Huffman Hills. Steve says legit track. They have a kids track. That is awesome. So there are quite a few tracks that are, just keep paying attention. I now that I'm seeing that the outdoor facilities are going to be open, I see that practices will probably continue, but just as long as the social distancing is continuing, I don't think that races will continue, because practices is not guaranteed close exposure. Racing, you're pretty much guaranteed close exposure because you're guaranteeing people of being there. Practices, you're not guaranteeing people of being anywhere. You can show up all by yourself, park all by yourself, not see a single person in the trails, come back to your truck and go home. Can't get any more social distance than that. So I do see that the outdoor facility is staying open. Thank you for chiming in on that. Guys are having your own conversation here on the show page. That's fine with me. Let's just keep growing the MotOHIO show. If you guys are commenting, make sure when you're done, share the show on your page so everybody can see your conversation and what's going on your Tuesday nights. Just checking it out. It is 7:15. Thank you guys for joining us right around your dinner time. That is about everything that I've got. Thanks, guys, for joining us. This week's show brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders Facebook group. Go on Facebook and ask to join that group. And this week's show also brought to you by the folks at A&Y Performance down in St. Clairsville, Ohio, for hooking us up for the next few weeks. Thanks again, Sierra, down there at A&Y. That's all I've got. It feels like I'm missing something. You know what I'm missing? Grip It. It's just without him, without having the co-host here, it's just something's missing. But I'm obligated to do my part and give you guys motocross news. I strive to be the source for Ohio motocross news, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I want to keep you guys informed on what was going on the past week and what's going on the upcoming weeks. And unfortunately, this coming weekend, there's not a whole lot going on, which is a big bummer. There was a couple of races planned that are canceled, so that's it. So thanks again, guys, for joining us for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show. I am Fast Derek, joining you here in the Everett 328 production studios. Just stay tuned. The next few weeks, it's probably going to be much of the same as what you're seeing this week, but I'm going to try to do some stuff to get a little bit more creative and, have some more fun here in the show. Whether it's I seen that YouTube video and I'll post it up here for you guys to check out, or whatever it is. I'll do some stuff and get a little bit more creative and have some more fun with you guys. So thanks again for joining us for Moto number 10 of the MotOHIO show. Join us next week for Moto number 11 of the MotOHIO show.